OG ASTD has a massive problem. They have to both attract old players to come back to the game as well as brand new players. And this is a mega problem because of how much content is already in the game and new players are feeling overwhelmed. So one of my ideas to help fix this problem is for some new evolutions to be added to the game. All right, now why do I think this is a good idea? Well, you'll find out soon enough. So let's hop on into the video and we'll go through all of the new evolutions that ASTD needs to add. Before we hop in it though, we are on day 2 of giving Robux to my commenters and subscribers. So if you guys want some free Robux, like, comment, and subscribe. And I pick winners for my comment section. So let's do that. If you guys don't know, we are on the road to 1 million subscribers. Now, right now, due to some YouTube problems, they are basically deleting everybody's subscribers. So it's a little bit harder for us to catch up. However, we are well on our way to 1 million subs. And if we take a look at the lifetime, you guys can see we are cooking. Look at this, guys. So once AST gets back on track, we'll be fine. So let's pick some people in my comment section. So just put your username down there and let me get you some Robux. First winner we have is Subaru Lust. Okay, so let me send you some Robux. I have a lot of Robux saved up. And of course, once we hit 1 million, we're going to go absolutely crazy with the giveaways as well. So don't worry, we got lots of Robux to give away and we're giving some basically every day. So you guys have lots of chances to win. Just make sure you keep commenting, liking, and subbing. All right, here we go. First winner. All right, thank you so much. Here you go. Here's a 50 bomb for you. Enjoy. All right. And one thing I like about Roblox games, they're adding in like affordable game passes. So it's pretty sweet. Anyways, here we go. Next winner we got. Let me give him a heart. We got Fun Time 5523. Let me send you some Bobucks. Also, make sure you have your parental controls set so you can receive Robux or you might get cooked. There we go. And bang. We'll pick more winners in the next video. And if you're not into Robux, I also have some other units to give away and skins. So let me show you guys some of the things that we are going to be giving away on the channel. So make sure you guys like and sub, tune into my lives and my videos for opportunities to win there. So here we go, guys. I know a lot of people want Fem Gojo. I mean, not Fem Gojo, Fem Law. So if you want Fem Law, let me know down below. Also, I have a bunch of skins and some game passes as well. So if anybody wants free VIP, I have a free VIP game pass. All right. We also have a bunch of skins as well. So comment down below which skin you want. And we got a lot of great stuff. So yeah, a lot of stuff to give away. I'm super excited to, support you guys and your journey, especially if you have no Robux to spend. So let's go over the evolutions. First up, let's go over the one in the thumbnail. Now, this one is very, very important to me, and this is going to explain an important concept. One of the things that killed All-Star Tower Defense was the Stardust banner. When the Stardust banner first dropped, I really thought it was going to be a limited time event and then go away. Now, the problem is 7 stars are almost always only obtainable through the Stardust banner, and that is terrible, all right? Because Stardust is insanely hard to grind. Now, that was fine at the beginning because there's only a few characters for you to get. Now, right now, that is really bad for new players because how is a new player supposed to get all the Stardust to get all of these freaking units? They can't. They straight up can't. They have to go through multiple tower resets, zone resets, etc. So this is kind of a big part of where my idea comes into play. Now, my first thing, as said in the thumbnail, is a new money unit. If you guys don't know, all of these brand new units cost tens of millions of dollars to max. So we need a new farm unit specifically geared towards infinite mode. We have really OP units for raid mode. For example, Pizza Girl, make sure you guys redeem her. Go to Day Kid's channel and he will give you the code for Pizza Girl. Make sure you guys like and sub to him. He's dropping a new game soon, which I'll be covering very shortly. And yeah, so that's pretty sick. And so I think what better way, we're getting the new lobby, the OG lobby backs, would be to add in some evolutions to older units, preferably to 7 stars. So think about it. We could have units that are in the normal banner have evolutions into 7 stars. That is going to be a game changer for ASTD for new players and old players. Imagine coming back to the game and seeing that Bulma now has a 7 star. Now, my idea for Bulma 7 star is to make her like the old Bulma and have multi-placements. I think that would be really dope. So instead of just having every unit be a single placement unique unit, let's bring back the OG days of All-Star Tower Defense. If you guys don't know, back in the day, you used to have unlimited placements in All-Star Tower Defense. Now, granted, I am Unk status, and that was back in about 2020, so it is what it is. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. So Balma 7-star based off the old Balma would be dope and solve an important need and give new players something to get. A money unit from a 5-star that's easily available in the banner. You could evolve 4-star to 7-star. That'd be super dope. All right, the next thing we need is our GOAT, Irwin. Okay, Irwin is another OG unit that really needs a buff. All right, I like how he worked in ASTDX where he was a summoner as well. I think that would be really cool to kind of bring back that to this game. You could make it either a 6-star Evo or all the way up to 7 stars. That would be pretty cool as well. Now, one thing the devs could do is every update, they could update one of these old units with a cool Evo. That would bring old players back to the game, give them something to come back for, and even more. I think that'd be really, really cool. As a side note, before I go over some more evolutions, I think it would be a great idea for them to start going through some of the older 7-stars and either rebuffing them or giving them an orb. I think units like Boo Kid could really use a buff. Maybe their abilities are better, or maybe add in a passive with an orb, or just straight up for everybody. Give people a reason to grind the old 7-stars again. Now, this guy was from a star pass, so maybe not him. But yeah, give us a reason to grind the old 7-stars and make them worth it. And consider making units like Whirl and True Evil tradable if they're never obtainable again, or add in a way to obtain them. Because there's no point in these units being limited if they're not tradable, if that makes sense. Like, what's the point? I don't know. So yeah, go through some of the old ones. Like, some of their damages absolutely suck. So maybe add in an orb for them or something to make them better. And what that's going to do is give players who have been playing for a while something to come back for. They'll be like, oh, I can play this raid. It's going to take me 15 to 20 minutes and I'm going to get a brand new cool unit, basically. I think people would really, really like that. That would be a great idea. And that would allow them to do maybe a little bit less effort than making it a full-on evolution. Now, what other units need evolutions? Honestly, if they wanted to go viral, Jeff CEO. Dude, if this guy had an evolution, maybe to the wheelchair version, that would be absolutely insane. Like, maybe it's, I believe it's part 3 Speedwagon. No, it's part 2 Speedwagon, maybe. Ooh, I'm trying to remember which one it was. It might be part 2. I think it's part 2 Speedwagon. That would be pretty good. I think this one right now is part 1 Speedwagon. I'm trying to remember. Let me look that up real quick. I'm trying to remember because I know it was him versus the other guy, which is in the game. Okay, so Speedwagon. Yeah, this is part 1 Speedwagon. And then where was, oh my gosh, I see it was by part 2. I want to say it was part 2. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this was Speedwagon in part 2. This could be the Evo. That'd be a pretty easy Evo for him. All right. Now, what other units could use Evos? I think a funny one would be XP 7-star. That would be hilarious and go viral and be super easy to add. All right. The 7-star could maybe be like get a unit to either half of max level or all the way to max level. And that would allow players like me to really clean up our inventory. Like, let's have an XP 7-star. It's going to require like 17 and have it so it doesn't work with the /exp command. If you guys don't know, if you type in /exp, it's going to automatically evolve all of your XP units. It is going to say this error, but that doesn't really matter. It's going to evolve all your XP units. So I think that'd be really cool. And again, something a little bit easier for them to add. Idol as well could also use an evolution. I think that would be pretty cool and people would be very, very excited for it. All right. She is pretty much one of the OG units and could really use it. Another unit that could really use one is Rukia. All right. So, I guess they must have changed her name. Yeah, here we go. Rukia. She's one of the OG 6 stars and she could really use an Evo to make maybe some sort of freeze that's almost as good as a time stop. Also, Ice Spice, dude. Why does Ice Spice evolve into Demon Arm? I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a video on her later on because that is just hilarious as frick. All right, another unit, guys, that could really use something is Golden Frieza. Golden Frieza could evolve into Black Frieza. I'm sorry, but if they added that to the game, where your OG Golden Supreme leader could evolve into Black Frieza after some trials. The amount of people that would come back to the game, because everybody has this unit that is an OG player. The amount of people that would come back to the game is insane, and all they have to do is add in one unit. Like, for real, what are we doing? Like, that'd be insane. You know, that could be totally an update of its own. Like, they could have a random weekly update, and the weekly update is Black Frieza. Everybody would be playing that. Everybody would be playing that. Add Black Frieza, and then as part of the Black Frieza event, there's a bunch of skins you can get. That'd be crazy, man. Absolute easy work. People would love it. 20k players plus. Get everything back on track. For real. Okay, one thing I can't understand is why Frieren was a tradable unit. That is actually kind of crazy to me. But that's a story for another day. All right, other units that could really use an evolution. My co-unit, Taco Cheetah. 027 guys, like and sub. Let's get to 1 million so I can drop a code unit. So Flamingo's another OG unit that I believe probably could get an Evo. So if you guys would, but he kind of, maybe he does. I guess he does have the overheated Evo. I don't know. Maybe another Evo. Well, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. He's kind of mid. Whitebeard, though, he does have a 7-star already, so that wouldn't really count. And he's kind of another one of those OG units. So there are still a few OG units that did get Evos, but they're kind of like Stardust or Star Pass, which is kind of annoying because those aren't tradable, which is really annoying. Blackbeard has an orb, so I guess that's kind of maybe not 7-star worthy, but I would not be mad if they did a 7-star Blackbeard. I kind of feel like he's one of the units that actually does deserve it. But Luffy, he doesn't really need an orb, but he needs a buff because he sucks now. Ooh, Light Yagami. Now there is an OG ASTD unit that really could use a buff. All right, I'm gonna be honest, but 5 million damage is nothing. So maybe add in another orb for him, buff the current orb, or just buff him, because let's be for real, guys. Units be dang near starting off with that damage for like 500 bucks. So I really think Light Yagami rework or 7-star would actually pop off pretty hard. So he definitely could use one. So those are my ideas for units that could probably get a 7-star Evo, or maybe like OG units that could get an Evo. And I want to know your guys' thoughts down below. What OG unit do you want them to give a new evolution for? And I'll work with the devs to make it happen. Catch you guys soon for the update. We got lots of new news on that coming out soon, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.